Hi everyone, Clint Devereaux here. Now today I am in Nunda sitting outside one of these very unassuming 1970s unit blocks. You probably drive past them every single week and don't take a lot of notice because they're not the most attractive architecture, but they absolutely rock. Unfortunately, there has been so much attention on constructing new apartments to stimulate the economy and help first home buyers take advantage of the grant that these older units have been forgotten about. But if you're trying to get into the market or you are a long-term investor, this is the type of property you should be looking at. And before some of you say, oh, here we go, just another real estate agent trying to sell. The unit we're at today is actually my own, and I wanted to share my knowledge and experiences with everyone. So to kick things off, first home buyers. There are continual reports in the media that first home buyers can't get into the market because prices are too high. But the real reason is their expectations are too high and they need to live within their means. You can buy one of these apartments with 2 bedrooms for under $300,000 and we're only 8 kilometres to the city and 10 minutes to the airport. Plus these older units were generally built in the now gentrifying suburbs like Nunda, which is one of the most popular cosmopolitan hubs in Brisbane. Now Nunda alone has seen over $300 million injected into its village, and where we are today is a 5-minute walk. Now investors. Term deposits are a really safe bet, but unfortunately the current returns aren't great. They're 2% or 3% if you're lucky. The unit behind me provides a net return of 4%, plus I have the added bonus of long-term capital growth. Like this particular unit, they generally have great bones and sometimes provide an opportunity to add value by renovating, which is exactly what I've done here. So let's go inside so I can show you around and provide some more information as to what I've done and why I've done it. Okay, so I just spent $11,000 renovating this unit. I had a brand new kitchen installed, painted everything, replaced the carpet, ripped up the old floor tiles, ground the slab and epoxied the floors, replaced some of the lighting, added a front security door and slider, added a motor and remote to the garage door, installed blinds, replaced the skirting and replaced the door handles throughout. It already had built-ins, it already had air conditioning and it already had ceiling fans. Now before any of this work was done, the apartment was renting for $280 per week and will now rent for $320 per week. Before some of you think, why in the world would you spend $11K for an increase of $40? It doesn't seem like great mathematics. There is a method to my madness. Number one, I just had the unit revalued and it's now worth $40,000 more than I paid for it. So that's almost $30,000 equity. Number two, renting a property with these luxuries, i.e. air conditioning, dishwasher, etc. will not only increase the rent, but it will also attract more potential tenants because they want these mod cons and they want to feel comfortable. Therefore, the more applications you receive will mean the more selective you can be as a landlord and the better quality of tenant you will have renting your property, and who doesn't want a good tenant? Number three, if 2 properties are being advertised for a similar price and one is better presented, it will always rent quicker. And in a competitive rental market, you want your property looking as sharp as possible. On a side note, a lot of people are worried about an oversupply of new apartments and how that may affect rents and vacancy. But the great thing about these older 70s units is because they are an entry-level property, they are a lot more affordable and will never sit vacant for long, especially in popular inner suburban areas like Nunda that are walking distance to amenities. And number four, improving this apartment allows me to take advantage of depreciation at tax time, so I can claim part of these costs each year for a period of time. It's also really important to stick to a budget because there is a fine line between spending money to add value, increase rent and find a better quality tenant, and spending money just because you get excited about the idea of renovating. A 10% contingency is also important. I had a budget of $10,000 and spent $11,000, so that was my contingency gone. And remember, it doesn't matter how much you spend, there will always be a ceiling price with any property. So just because you spend $50,000 renovating doesn't mean it's going to be worth $50,000 at the end. And you may notice in the before and afters that I didn't change a lot in the bathroom because I didn't need to. It may not be this beautiful brand new bathroom, but with paint and a couple of small changes, it presents really well and functions like a bathroom should. Now there is so much more that I could talk about, but I just wanted to share one of my stories and hope you find it informative and can take something from it. These older units are really good value, and if you buy one in the right location, you honestly can't go wrong.